Hello, everybody. My name is Caleb, and you're watching Live for Love TV. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.
Like, share, and subscribe. Live for Love TV. Oh.
Welcome back to Live for Love TV. Today's the 19th day, the 4th month, the 22nd year inside the 21st century. Hope everyone's doing well out there. Today we're going to talk about the UK and we're going to talk about Rwanda. We're going to put them together. You probably know, for those of you who are politically astute, or for those of you who keep up with the newspapers and what's going on, you probably know why I've put those two countries together right now. Because those people who you saw drowning all the last few years trying to come across the Atlantic from North Africa and places like that have tried to get into France and into the UK, they have now got a solution in the UK for these people. And the solution is they're going to process them. They're going to process them for immigration, but they're going to send them to Rwanda to process. Imagine that. Not in the UK, nowhere in the UK. They're going to go all the way to Rwanda, go literally back past where they just came from, in order to process them for their whether they have an asylum claim. Now, what's interesting about that is some of them are going to be successful, but here's a caveat: to be successful, that you actually have an asylum claim for Great Britain, you're still going to live in Rwanda. So whether you're unsuccessful or successful, you stay in Rwanda. If you're unsuccessful, maybe you get carted off to some other part of the world. Now, we know Australians were doing this years ago, and this is probably where the Britain has got it from, where they were putting them off to some island, where nobody knows where they are. Well, now they've been put over to Rwanda by the British government. Absolutely amazing. And they're calling them economic migrants. And they're making the economic migrants seem like it's a dirty word. When was the British not economic migrants? When was the Australians, the Americans, all the people around the world not economic migrants? And not the Polish people that come across into England and Romanians, are they not economic migrants? We're not the people who came over from India after the Second World War, the Caribbean and Africa, to help build the British economy. Were they not economic migrants? Economics is why 90% of the time why people leave one place to go to the other. Margaret Thatcher knew that because one of her people, Mr. Norman Tebbit, said, get on your bike and go and look for a job wherever the job is. That's economic migrancy. So economic migrants is not a dirty word. They're making it to sound like it's a dirty word because it suits their purposes. But economic migrant is the complete opposite. Someone who is an economic migrant is a good person. There's somebody normally who's going to a better place to go and work as hard as they can and look for a better living for themselves and their family, whether it's just where they are or back home from where they come from. Economic migrants, imagine that. They're all of a sudden, they're like the biggest terrorists in the world. And they're being sent to Rwanda to be processed. That's what we thought. When Priti Patel and Boris first said it, we thought, oh, they're processing them in Rwanda? That's a bit of a problem. But what people didn't realize was, if they're successful, they still stay in Rwanda. They never do get to walk around in the UK. These people are beyond belief. They're honestly beyond belief. And we saw after the Windrush scandal what kind of people they are, and we're seeing again what kind of people they are. And this is the thing I try to tell some of the people, especially the modern people and the younger people, that we all are products of our ancestors. We're all products of our grandfather, great-grandfather, great-great-grandfathers. We're all products of it, and we have a lot of their characteristics, and it takes a lot for a person to come away from the characteristics of what their ancestors had. And let's be honest, I don't care if it was from slavery or it's from being the slave master's family. It takes a lot to get out of it. You need to raise your level. Well, I would say clearly what you're seeing here is exactly the same characteristic that we saw hundreds and hundreds of years ago. If these people don't look like you, then they should be pushed off or put away to a place that you yourself don't particularly believe is safe. You don't believe it's safe. You've actually got asylum seekers from Rwanda in the UK. Imagine that. And they've been granted. So you've granted people who are asylum seekers from the Rwanda government. It's too dangerous for these people to go back. But now this is the place you're sending people. Amazing, isn't it? Absolutely amazing. But again, like I say, you can't make this you can't make this stuff up. But people should keep their eye on these things, because what you're seeing, it happens all the time. When people see these things get ramped up, and then one day People are being interned and taken off here and taken off there and all that. And people say, how did this happen? And I'm thinking, what do you mean, how did it happen? It's always been happening, step by step. But if you decide to turn the other cheek or look on something else or watch a TV program or sit there watching your reality TV while these things are going on, one day you're going to be the one, you're going to hear a knock on the door and you're going to be the one that has to follow the man in the van to wherever he's taking you to. And don't be surprised, because as I said, the characteristic of some of these people is absolutely amazing. It was as if they were doing a favor by dealing with immigration, but immigration to somebody else's country. How is that settling a problem? Someone is trying to get to a country and they're trying to seek asylum there. And you say, even if they do get it, they have to go to Rwanda and they have to live in Rwanda. This would be unacceptable, other than the fact that the people who are doing this are the people that control the powers of the world, the United Nations, the World Bank, the IMF. These are the people that control all of this stuff. So really, there's no charges to be brought. You can't bring any charges against the judge because the judge is going to judge his own case. So there's nothing that can be done. So this is why I always keep saying on Live for Love TV, spread the love, get the people closest to you, treat them the best you can, look after one another, cherish one another, and do things together. If you do that, you can have a better day. Because if you're waiting for your government or somebody else like that to do something good for you, you're going to have a long time waiting. Live for Love TV. See you soon.
People, one step more, one step more, one step more, one step more, until you reach your goals. One step more. This is Live for Love.